me introduce myself. No, I'm just kidding, yo. My name is Giannis. I am the owner of Just Box Limited. Today I'm going to be talking to you about this relatively brand new company, training company of mine, platform of mine that I have created to impart my methodology, which is rebuild the mind, forge the body, and master the soul. It is my belief that training or being successful in your fitness journey to be consistent through three principles. So the rebuilding of the mind consists of just that, retraining and reshaping how you think and how you approach fitness and being consistent in your fitness journey. Completely retraining the way you approach your conventional fitness journey. Calorie counting, jumping on the scale every week, relying on what others think about your figure or how you look in your clothes, comparing yourself to people you see on social media, looking for results after every workout session. There's tons of things that we do that I see continually people doing, and what it results in is they become discouraged, and several weeks or several months later, they're not working out anymore, or they're not motivated to work out anymore. So the rebuild your mind process is where we completely try and recreate consistency in the mind first. I have some easy exercises and stuff that we're going to go over at some point. Forging the body is just that. It is taking and now reshaping our physical form, the very vessel that houses our mind, our mental, our thoughts, our consciousness. Forging the body means bringing your physical being under control of you. And a healthy body is a healthy mind. And lastly, master your soul. That's where mind and body become one, and you become in control of both of them. You can have the willpower to work out, to stop eating those things that you don't want to eat, to love yourself through times where you do treat yourself, to not punish yourself when you maybe skip a workout or maybe eat something you're not ought to eat. Mastering your soul means being completely in control of yourself, finding your inner confidence and your inner beauty, your inner love for self. Yes, so I was always interested in combat, fighting, different exchanges, be it dog fighting, aircraft, land fighting with like military tanks, war and strategy. I was always into these kinds of things, just not so much the violence behind it, but the different tactics that were deployed in order for one side to outsmart the other. That always intrigued me. Coming up, I was very troubled. I had a bit of a temper, and I was looking for a platform or a place where I can come and punch people and not get in trouble. And I first started at Police Gym with my coach Mannix. Shout out to Coach Mannix. And from there I was hooked. I was in a place where I saw people who could do things that I had never seen before. Who could fight with form and with structure. It far superseded anything I was capable of just by teaching myself or watching movies or so on and so forth. So yeah, I fell in love instantly with boxing because it seemed to me, out of all the different martial arts and fighting disciplines, it seemed to be the one that was most accessible, most practical, and most applicable in a real life scenario, or just generally speaking. So after teaching myself a little bit about boxing and the YouTube videos, and then of course under the instruction and the guidance of Coach Mannix, initially, he was my initial coach, I started to become good enough where I felt, or even people felt who saw me, that, hey, teach me what you know about boxing. And I was just maybe in my first year of high school, And what was first or second year of high school, and I began teaching a friend of mine who was close. We would, on lunch times, on lunch breaks, and things like that, I would go over different things with him. And from there, I guess I began training as a coach as well. I didn't even know. Training myself how to train people, how to relate with people, how to convey the concepts that I knew and understood so naturally. How to make them understand it the way I did. And it started from there, and many years would go by, and I trained tons of people, and it got to a point where people started to tell me, you could charge for this. You're good enough. You could charge for this. Why? We'll pay you. And I always declined. And once I got a bit older, and money became more of a necessity to live an everyday life, that's when I started to see it as an item that I could do as a job. What is my philosophy on life? And if anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm a very loving person, and my whole life is shaped and guided by the principle or the mindset of love. Not the commercial projected images that we see of hearts, of Valentine's Day, or none of that. It's love is a mindset. It's a way that we relate and resonate with each other. It's a dutiful mind frame. It's an unconditional mind frame. So my philosophy in life is that we are all here. We are all students of life from the beginning to the end. And life, no matter who you are, no matter what you have, is difficult and can be difficult. And if you don't think so, then stick around a little longer, you'll see. So we ought to try and do the best we can to make life enjoyable for those around us. Live your life spreading the love and doing what you can to help others. What has been my biggest setback, I guess, in life? I'll be honest, nothing. I can't think of a single thing. I've experienced loss. I can't think of anything that's happened to me or that I have experienced that ever put me in a place mentally where I felt like that was it. Now, if we're talking about a natural setback, knock me down or make me feel gloomy, of course, that's a human emotion. I've experienced that. Never been setback. Fighting is me. It's who I am, in and out the ring. You can't beat me easily if I don't allow you to. I've always been a strong person, so I'll be honest. I've never been, so to speak, setback. I always keep going. Much like what I said before, it's not allowing things that happen to put you in a position where you feel that the thing that happened defines where you are. Energy is real, and if you allow it to take post over you in your body, you're gonna feel exactly what you think. So if something bad happens to me, something bad has happened to me, but it doesn't define my life. It's just a bad or undesirable portion of many different experiences. So you got to take the good, the bad with the bad, and roll on. So how do I stay positive? I see my downsides or the downfalls or my bad points as just temporary, because they all are. And so are the good points. Being present in life. If you feel an emotion, don't suppress it. Sit through it. If you're sad, be sad. If you want to cry, cry. If you feel jealous, if you feel angry, experience the emotions in real time. And it helps to have someone to talk to about them. Be strong enough to make yourself available to somebody. And everything that you talk about, anything that you experience, no matter what it is, you become desensitized to it after a while. And pain is just like that. Laugh it out with somebody. Go do something with somebody. Talk to somebody about it. Deal with it. JustBox has allowed me a stage to have a platform to experience so much growth, not only in myself, but in the people that I train. anybody who I've ever trained, each of them are special to me in a sense. I've learned from them. They've learned from me, but I've learned from them. And from helping somebody to get in a smaller dress size for an occasion to, somebody who might have been really demotivated and overweight and is now, 50 pounds lighter, 50 pounds happier and healthier. Or just to people who are fit like me, but the holistic side of things is more what they seek, or maybe just a technical fighting aspect, actually learning the art of boxing. I'm just humbly thankful for all the people who who I've had the opportunity to train and come back and said to me, Coach, you've done so much to help me with this. You've done so much to help me with that. I have so many messages and screenshots from people over the years. I can say now, who I've helped improve their quality of life, mentally, physically. What is the biggest challenge that I think people face today? Off the top of my head, loving themselves. The way that we view love and the way that we view ourselves is, for so many people, is so skewed and so misshapen by societal pressures, and teachings, and cultures, and tendencies, and media. There aren't a lot of raw and real platforms, in my opinion, teaching platforms, in my opinion, left, or leaders even. And if there are, no offense, they aren't getting the kind of coverage that some of the more negative energies, I believe, are getting. So, yeah, I believe that the challenge or the struggle that people have is just finding themselves, and then after doing that, trying to come back and now repair, looking back at the whole wake, destructive path, whatever life they've lived before, having to go back and try and repair that. And some people never come out of it. They're so shaped by the world, they never find themselves. And you never find love, you can't love yourself, you can't love others. You can't be of any true use to humanity, in my opinion. Question: what advice would I give to people who are struggling to get fit? That's a quite extensive answer that I would have for you, but we do have an article. I'll touch on it briefly. It talks about 5 steps that you can take. This is for somebody who is struggling just to get motivated. If you are already active, you have no problems getting up and getting motivated and getting out there. You just may be a little bit reluctant to here and there. This wouldn't be geared so much towards you that you could benefit. This is more so for somebody who is for years has been struggling with weight loss, struggling to get up and get out and get moving. You have to understand that you didn't get there overnight. You're not going to get out of that overnight. You need to rebuild your mind. This is the first step of my whole methodology. You need to rebuild your mind. It's going to take time. So I have a 5-step program, if you can call it that, and it touches on what you're going to be doing for several months mentally, before anything else, to change your attitude towards working out, to change your attitude towards healthy lifestyle and living. And I truly believe that anybody who just follows these 5 easy steps, they're going to be on their way to a better life. What does the future hold for Just Box? What are my plans for the brand, and what do I plan to do as far as pushing the brand forward and becoming a greater voice? It's a good question. So for starters, we have our clothing line coming out. So I'm providing quality clothing for you guys to come and do, have a comfortable wardrobe to do the kind of training that we do. This is a very nice light jacket, for example. Put the training in, not too hot. We have joggers, we have tees, we have caps. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things that I want to bring in. Just make working out more comfortable for you, and we offer them at a good price. Aside from that, we are looking at trying to just make Just Box, like I said, a bigger platform, more commercial platform. I want to be able to reach more people, help more people, spread more love. And I figure that in order to do that, it means having a bigger social media presence and offer more content so that you all can train with me, even if I'm works for you. All right? Oh, didn't see you there. Follow me, JustBox Limited, all one word on Instagram. I got training to do.